Hey everyone, it's Paige and I'm back with another video about my gig bag. This time I'm showing you all the things I didn't show you before. These are kind of the in case of emergency things that I've realized over the years you do not want to get caught without, because you're gonna be in trouble, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna have problems. So this is my gig bag. I kind of showed it in my other video. It is from the brand Husky, it's from Home Depot, and it's made for tools, so it's not going to rip on you, it's not going to fall apart. I had another gig bag that was pretty good a while ago, but my cat threw up on it, so that one is no more. I have this one now, which is a lot better. So there's a lot of stuff in here, so I'm just going to get into it. First thing you want to make sure you always have on hand: extra strings. If you break a string, it's not the end of the world, but you might want to just throw a new one on there just to be safe. You probably don't want to break a string in the first set and then be playing 2 more hours and be missing a string the entire time. That's not fun. It's not what you came for. So these are the Ernie Ball Paradigm strings. They are special. They're supposed to be extra break resistant. I have not had one break yet, so that's my personal testimony. I would recommend these, but any strings that you like, just make sure you have them on hand, because not fun to get caught without those. I have a bunch of extra mics in here because if your mic breaks or something goes wrong, you want to have extras on hand if you can. I know they're expensive, but if you can have extra mics, you want to have them. These are both from Samson. This one is the Q2U USB mic, and this one is the Q8 wireless mic. These are both really good in my opinion. I have them. I generally use the Samson Q8, that was in my essentials video, but these are the ones that I have in case of an emergency, which hasn't happened yet, thank God, but just in case, gotta be prepared. So I'm from Florida, and I play a lot of outdoor gigs, especially in the summer. You do not want to be playing a gig outside at night without bug spray. So I have bug spray. You will be sad if you're sitting there for 3 hours getting eaten alive. You don't want bugs to land on you during your song, because honestly it's really hard. It's hard to keep going when that happens. So you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. Another thing that I like to have is Vocal Ease. This is a throat spray. In case you have a sore throat and you feel like you just absolutely cannot get through your set, this will help you and at least ease your pain. So that's good to have on hand. I have a strap in here. I generally play sitting down because my gigs are usually 3 hours long. I don't really want to stand for that long because I'm lazy. But if you prefer to play standing up, or if I'm ever in a situation where I need to play standing up or it just works better for whatever reason, I have this, so I won't get caught without it. This is a cleaning cloth for your guitar. I have a few different guitars that get really fingerprinty. It's not cute, doesn't look good, so I have this in case I want to improve my aesthetic and wipe those off. This is gaffer's tape. It's very important if you're lying down cables or something to tape them down so no one trips, gets hurt, gets mad, none of that. You don't want that to happen. So I have this just in case. Also, you never know when you need to tape something. That's a life lesson, honestly. Same with zip ties. I have zip ties because I have these big signs that I put up at the gigs. They have my name, my website, all of that stuff. Good to have so people know who you are. So if it's windy or if there's a certain place I need to tie this onto, I use a zip tie. I also have these to cut the zip ties. A lot of stuff in here. Additionally, this is a DI box. If I'm bringing my own PA, I don't need this because I can just plug directly into it. But if I'm using the sound system of whatever venue I'm playing, I have this just in case. Generally, they'll have a DI box for you, but if they don't, good to have your own, just to be on the super safe side. Going back to what I said about strings, this is a string winder. You will want this if you have to change a string between sets because it makes the process go a lot faster. So I recommend getting one of these. It's just a little plastic thing. It's not expensive or anything. So highly recommend that. I also have an extra cable for my guitar because That's just something you don't want to have problems with because it could mess up your entire set. Sad. This is an extra 9 volt. I actually have a lot of extra 9 volts in here because if your 9 volt dies in your guitar, you are up the river without a paddle, basically, unless your gig bag has excessive amounts of 9 volts. You don't want to have to try to find one somewhere else. I don't want to get into that story, but just don't get caught without extra ones of these. You will thank me later. So some other things, these are all really small, but they will make a difference to you, I promise. I love just having this bag with all these things on hand. This is a clothespin. Very simple, very important. If you're playing outside and it's windy, your set list is going to blow away, maybe into a body of water. It's going to be gone forever. Not the end of the world, but it's nice to have your set list and not worry about it flying far from you. Rope. You gotta have rope. You never know when you need to tie something. This is a life lesson as well, I guess you could say. I have extra mic clips just in case because like I said, I have a lot of different mics just in case one of them dies on me for whatever reason. It's not something I expect to happen, but you gotta prepare regardless. Scissors in case you need to cut your zip ties or your rope or whatever you have when you're tying up your promotional signs so everyone will follow you. Follow me, by the way. These are Velcro ties for your cables. If you have a lot of cables, they're really long, they're pooling around, you need to tie them down to something, good to have if you don't feel like using the zip ties. Just basically have a lot of ways to secure all your stuff. That's a lesson I've learned. This is an extension cord, helpful to have. We're getting to the part where it's just a lot of random things floating around, but there's a few important things left in here. This is a multi-tool. I am not the one that uses this. My dad uses this. He's my roadie. He always takes care of things when they break for me, so this is more about him. But if you are handy and someone that could fix your own stuff, unlike myself, get one of these. He seems to find it helpful. So, finally, you want a Sharpie in case someone wants you to sign something. It's rare because I'm not famous, but just in case, so you can feel famous. That is pretty much everything in here that is important that I would recommend that you have. Hopefully this will save you from having to learn from your mistakes like I did, and I hope this was helpful. So if you haven't checked out my other video about my gig essentials, things I absolutely have to have at literally every single gig no matter what, I will link it below. But until then, I'll see you next time. That's gonna